Welcome to the 10th edition of the Forward Pass Pod. Today, instead of talking our normal college football, we're going to get into a little bit of Ryder Cup. As you saw last weekend, America and Europe battled in Bethpage Black in New York City. And although the Americans had a nice run on Sunday, the Europeans won the first four rounds and ended up there was almost no chance that it was very mathematically improbable that we'd have any chance of winning that match. Um, but the Ryder Cup at large is one of the coolest events in a sport, in my opinion. I love like seeing the grandstands, all the chants, uh, the Rory chant that Europe does, where they do like instead of zombie, they just Rory, Rory. That is like the coolest thing I've ever seen. So kudos to Europe. That roster was talent so stacked. Like you go up and down the roster, like the name that is probably least known is Hogard probably. And then if you go down our roster, it's like Harry English and Ben Griffin, and JJ Spawn played awesome. So I'm not even hating on that. But yeah, that team kind of had our number. Fleetwood, Justin Rose, killers in this event, and it's horrible. Rory, I hate rooting against Rory. It's so hard, um, because
Is
he's
it?
so good. I'm a big Rory guy, Sam. I know you might not be, but the Scotty versus Rory Sunday 1v1 was pretty sick. But yeah, we wanted to come on, give our quick thoughts about the Ryder Cup. One event, but America, we kind of got to get our shit together.
Yeah, and I think there's a little bit of internal fear with the American side in this almost turning into a President's Cup type domination for Europe. Just because obviously this was the first time since 2012 that the road team has won a Ryder Cup, and now we got smoked in Rome and basically smoked in New York, and then we have to go back to I want to say it's in Spain next year or next Ryder Cup. So that's going to be tough. I guess I'll just give my quick synopsis. Yeah, obviously Europe had the killers that the US didn't. They rose to the occasion, and the big stat was putting here. Just to give a little insight to how lopsided the putting was. So strokes gained in golf is like gained against the field, and Europe gained 8.43 strokes just on putting. So if you want to just think about that in a point sense, that's around 8 holes won or lost on putting throughout the entire tournament. And that, I mean, in a Ryder Cup where a lot of these matches come down to 16, 17, 18, that's a huge deciding factor. And then just to add a little bit more statistical stuff here, I'm seeing a lot of criticism for Keegan Bradley in the way that he handled things. And obviously, there was the one pairing that was statistically bad, but I will give him a little bit of credit for getting these guys to bounce back Sunday. I mean, it's pretty hard to go out there when there is basically impossible for you guys to win, and for them to mount that comeback that they did was very impressive. I'm also seeing a lot of criticism on how they handled Bethpage. I don't know how familiar you guys are, the listeners are, but Bethpage is one of the hardest golf courses in America. Brooks Koepka won the U.S. Open back, I want to say like 2016, 2017, and he was only -1 or -2 throughout the whole tournament. So it's a really tough course. But what they were able to do was cut down the rough, so it was basically a non-factor. And they thought that this was going to give the Americans an edge in our driving distance and approach. And unlike what you're reading online, that actually was the case. The US gained 6 strokes tee to green compared to the field and 4.83 strokes in approach. So they were dominating the tee to green and approach shots. It's just that where it really matters in the putting side, they weren't able to take advantage. But yeah, I mean, they have to kind of figure it out. But I also don't think that like, I just think they were completely outmatched in this Ryder Cup. And from just watching the entire first 2 rounds, 2 days, it almost felt like these matches that we were in, we were just trying to play catch up the entire time. And it was never, we were never in control. It was always if the only way that we would get a hole was if you're fucked up or missed a putt. So just not as opportunistic as you would like. A lot of new guys and new faces on this team that didn't play as well as people would have liked. But yeah, I'll pass off to you guys, see what you think.
Yeah, Sam, one point off of that is it's like the grizzled vets that Europe has, like the Justin Roses, the Fleetwoods, um, the Roms, those American guys, like they don't exist because Brooks Koepka and Dustin Johnson and Jordan Spieth have like fell off a cliff. So I think that's another one of like the key areas is like we're relying on guys who have zero experience in a lot of big moments. In Europe, like they're so calm, and that's a lot of that just comes down to putting. Like I was really impressed with some of our guys. Like shout out Sam Burns, like best putter on the PGA Tour. I don't think he wasn't great, but I thought he gave us like a little something. Um,
He was our second worst putter all weekend, statistically.
Well, I liked him. I liked Sam Burns. Um, I thought Cantley, like again, Cantley wasn't great. Henley was not great. Ben Griffin was not great. Morikawa, I mean, he played in three of the events, got point 0.5 points. Shoffley was unbelievable, which is kind of like his calling card. He's won two majors in over the past 24 months. Scotty was 1-4. JJ Spawn 2-1. JJ Spawn was solid. Shout out his career. Justin Thomas was 2-2. Cam Young in 3-1. So yeah, although Sam Burns only got us 1 point, I don't know. I thought he was a little bit impressive, but I guess he didn't score well, so that's okay. Duska,
Yeah,
Yeah.
take your time.
I'll fire off my one take. I'm definitely more casual golf viewer. Watch all the majors, but not super like week to week into golf. Um, but I do enjoy playing it, even though you know to varying results and whatnot. Uh, for me, the Ryder Cup is super fun because the atmosphere. I think that's why it's fun for everyone. And year in, year out, you always get super fun moments from the crowds and everything. And there was a lot of discussion about the Bethpage crowd and a lot of controversy surrounding them, and especially Rory McIlroy. And I saw a few videos of just like fan angles where he was getting the brunt of US fans, all their chirps and all the shouts that whatever type of shit they were talking. A lot of it was directed at Rory, and for me, it's some of the stuff is like I think golf is fun because you have to be creative and come up with like super fun chirps and shouts to really get to a player. And a lot of the things I saw this week were more kind of just super rude and really like elementary insults, stuff like that. Like my favorite Ryder Cup clip of all time is when Patrick Reed's, I don't know what year it's from, but it's Patrick Reed playing in Europe. And before there was controversy about him propping lies and bunkers, and one of the fans in a hilarious accent. I don't even know if it's an accent at this point. I've watched it a million times.
Do it. Just do it. Just do
Whenever
it
I
with the accent.
reiterate it, it's an accent. But it was basically like, "Hey Patrick, is your caddy gonna make you carry 14?" Or sorry, I fucked it up. It's, "Hey Patrick, are you really gonna make your caddy carry 14 clubs and a shovel?" And like the crowd just goes insane. And then he tees off and he goes, "Get in the bunker." And it like slowly rolls in the bunker and like the fans just start erupting. And like those are Ryder Cup moments for me that like you can't match those. And I don't know, it just felt like this one was a little more, there wasn't as many fun chirps and shouts from the US crowd this week, or at least I didn't see any. And I don't know. I think we should expect more out of ourselves and be more creative when it comes to trying to get in these players' heads, because that's definitely one of the biggest aspects of the Ryder Cup, and something I felt was a little off this time.
Yeah, I kind of like looking at the analytics. I think it's like a pretty interesting part of golf. And Sam touched on it. And my only critique of Bradley is that like there was like a simulations with run with all these analytics, and the worst possible pairing was Harris English and Colin Morikawa. Of any U.S. pairing you could have, it was like 188th or something. And you not only trotted them out for the Friday session and they got smoked, which I just think like part of that is like Europe was just dialed. I mean, their preparation was definitely better. I think I read that they played in like 18 days. I think they were there. They played like 11, 18 round matches before and got more familiar in the U.S. Apparently, from a person that's on site, they played like 3 9 hole like that's all they played like 27 holes before, just like get used to it. But I don't. My only critique is that like you trotted him out for Friday and clearly it didn't work, and then you trot him out there again for Saturday. I don't understand the logic behind that, but another thing, it just sucks that the U.S. started playing well when it was kind of like basically statistically improbable. Um, I'm looking Russell Henley's last session. He had the third highest of anybody for like strokes gained total and around stuff like that. But it just sucks because the fourth best was Shane Lowry, and that's why they tied that. That's why they tied that match, and it basically was the deciding point or half a point or however you want to say it. But yeah, I think the U.S. definitely underperforms. I think it sucks whenever Europe was kind of rising to the occasion, and that was top to bottom, all their depth was, and then the U.S. really the bottom and middle tier of the U.S. team was in the top tier. Like Scotty was, I would say he wasn't, and I think he had like a fine weekend, but when you're counting on him to be your best player on your team, like your ace, you can't go like 1-4 and expect your team to do anything. That's kind of like I feel like that's kind of like a padlock stat for the Ryder Cup. Is Scotty went 1-4 because that means that your JJ Spahns, Harris Englishes, Russell Henleys would have to either sweep theirs or like they would have to combine for like maybe 1 or 2 losses between them.
Yeah, another padlock stat was Bryson going 1-3-1. But Sam, did Bryson play pretty well though analytically? Or are you still looking at the Shirks gains?
Yeah, he did. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I saw. So he kind of got just paired with the worst player on the course twice on the
yeah,
Friday
like
session.
Bryson, outside of Cam Young, was our best player statistically. And I think that was kind of expected going into this. I thought that he was probably going to be our X factor, and I just don't think it helped that he didn't get much help. Um, but going back to what Duska said about the crowd, I actually thought that that was a big factor for Europe in the reverse. I think that like what you were saying is right. Like the great thing about golf is like it's not derogatory, and I think that that's what this crowd was kind of out to do. They're more focused on chirping the European guys and getting in Rory's head when like these are pro athletes and you're most likely not going to get into their head. It just felt like this crowd was like unhinged in the wrong way, and it was more how can we chirp Rory or call him this, say this, than like actually like rooting for the US. So I thought that they did. I actually like don't want to. I don't want to sound soft, but I was very disappointed in the crowd this weekend as well. But yeah, I mean, I think what it really just comes down to is can your superstars play like superstars? And that was not the case this weekend. And yeah, I mean, and it's not like we have like young stars that are going to be on the next team. It's probably going to be a similar roster. So I guess if you just like hope that Spieth figures it out.
What do you guys think is kind of the driving force in Scotty not being because obviously he's the best golfer in the world and he's won six times this year, 2 majors. What do you think the driving force in him not performing in Ryder Cups is?
You want this one, Perry, or you want me to go first?
You can go. I have a take, but you can go first.
I mean, I just think he's talked about it before, and they kept talking about it in the broadcast over and over again. And what they were saying is like he really enjoys when he gets to control all aspects of the game. And when you just take that out of his hands, it's a little bit different. Um, so I don't know what his strokes gained off the tee to green and then on the green were. I'm sure like Sam could give you like but it didn't to me like it didn't feel like we didn't get dominating performances until he got in the driver's seat against McIlroy, and then you're like, oh, here's Scotty. So I think like he's gonna either have to adapt um his style for Ryder Cups, or like there's just a really good chance he's like Tiger Woods in the Ryder Cup. And Tiger Woods has a really abysmal Ryder Cup record. And some of like the greats, like when they play golf outside of the scope that they're comfortable playing golf in, like they're not as good. Yeah, he just didn't have as much control as he usually has because he played Europe's best and beat him on the last day, which shows you like, wow, that's pretty impressive when, he went 0-4. Like, how does that even happen? So I feel like that's got to be the driving force behind it.
Yeah, I think that in these match play type events or these team events, a guy like Scotty can kind of be neutralized a little bit. just because like he's going against two other guys, and it's just that it's hard. Yeah, like what you were saying, it's hard when they're not in control of every aspect. Like I think Scotty would probably rather go 1v1 versus Rory 4 times in the Ryder Cup than play alternate shot
He
with
must hate the alternate
fucking
shot. He must hate
yeah, or even like your strategy. I don't think that people understand like how much your strategy changes in a best ball format, like the four ball. Like it's so much different than just playing your own like stroke play. So like, and then when you get behind, you have to press, and that's where Scotty's thing is. He kind of just like stays even and even and even, and then he just rises. But in a match play like this, it's you can't do that. You have to be here almost the entire
Yeah, you
time.
go three down and like now you press and
Now, yeah,
now you're
exactly.
aggressive at every pin and now like the pin's in the back left and like you probably shouldn't try to attack it and you're attacking it and now
Right.
now your third shot isn't a birdie putt like you're in the bunker like and you don't have any green to work with. That's what I felt like we were kind of doing most of the time because when you're behind in the match like you're just not making smart golf shots and you have to be aggressive because Europe put you in that position and I do think well like to Archer's point like they came out more prepared. They came out hot. And then like when you do that and you're pressing in match play, like if this was again like Sam, like I'm sure you'd agree with this statement. Like if this was all just singles and they started hot, like at some point like our longevity will even out. Like at some point Scotty and Bryson, like they'll just be better than you. But when you're in a match play and you're just three down, like you're neutralized because you're just you're clinging on you're hunting every pin like every shot's magnified and then especially when you got the crowd like they like Europe was so dialed like it's like when you do when we hit a 10-foot putt for birdie and then like they'd answer with a 14 footer for birdie and you know that's like just kind of that was like just kind of disheartening the whole first 2 days.
I've heard when I'm just watching golf broadcasts and stuff, people talking about Scotty. I've heard them say his best ability is his ability to mitigate, and he never really plays bad. He kind of just is like Sam was saying, he's always super consistent. And if he's on a run where he's just gonna make pars all day, he can do that. And he's the most consistent at being able to not put himself in holes and then obviously there's times where he gets hot with the putter or he's just his ball striking is so unbelievable that he's just got layups and like you guys were saying I think it's just tougher in a setting like this especially all shot where you're not even playing the whole hole. I can see it's in one aspect it's interesting because I also think Scotty Scheffler is probably the best golfer at just getting in front of a golf ball no matter what situation it is and probably hitting the best shot wherever it's supposed to go. But at the same time, I can also see how it definitely throws him off not being able to be in control of the whole
Especially when
hole
you're two
and
down.
yeah, exactly. Especially when you're pressing and you have to score and you can't approach the game like you normally do. And obviously his approach is it's proven to work. So
Yeah, in Europe in those matches when they get up, they can just par you to death, and that's kind of what they would do. And yeah, like I I just wonder like going forward, like if they're gonna take the same approach of the just taking like your best statistical guys throughout the year on tour, or I wonder if next turnaround they're like, you know what, like we got to change something. Let's go Brooks, let's go Spieth. If they're like relatively within like Spieth, if Spieth didn't get hurt in the middle of the year and kind of kept playing the way he was playing pretty decent this year. He could have been in the conversation to make the team, and he was for a little bit. Um, And Brooks, obviously, like Brooks Koepka also just doesn't like to play golf. Same with DJ. So that kind of hurts our roster when two of what we thought would be our best players don't enjoy golf. So I also saw an interesting, like a really interesting piece about someone giving their suggestion for the next captain, and it was Ricky. And some people were like, this, like, what the hell? And then, like, the more that I thought about it and the more, like, I read about it, I actually think that would be a great pick as a captain. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I mean, I love Ricky Fowler. So, so you don't think they should bring Keegan back?
They don't do that.
Like
They
Europe
all
has Luke
it's
Donald.
it, was Luke Donald there? I don't think Luke Donald was their captain last time.
I think he was.
Yeah, I think
Or
he's
he
been it.
was?
Yeah.
I think he's been it. Like, he's been at the last two ones, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know, this is like dumb, but it's also like the thing to say. I feel like Tiger, it's like if your first pick is you want obviously arguably the greatest golfer of all time. I think they're gonna go after, and I thought they were gonna pick him this year, but then his whole injuries and all that set him back. But I think Tiger would be a obviously I think that'd be a really cool. I think it would be really cool for to see that, but I don't
But
know.
it would just feel different if Tiger was the
Yeah.
captain. Like you would just have all the confidence in the world if Tiger Woods was the Ryder Cup captain.
He has the
No
right
matter,
mentality, I think. They could like
yeah.
lead a group of guys. I don't know. I don't know if it's
He's
like
also he's also boys with all our best players too.
that and also I think there's like a line drawn. I mean, obviously I think Keegan Bradley's like a really good golfer. But like I don't know. I guess I don't know how you would like do this, but I feel like your captain needs to be somebody that's like worth the salt and like comparatively to your people on your team. Like Ricky Fowler's great and all that, but is he like I don't know. I just feel like you need a guy that's could go out there and execute it like with
What
them
about
the
like
best.
what about like Phil
No,
from
he
now?
won't.
He'd be
No, no,
he'd be
they will
hilarious.
never make Phil the captain.
That'd be
Phil
great
came out and said
entertainment.
today too that he won't be the captain.
What if it was
His
Tiger
Twitter
and then one of the vice captains was Phil?
That would just
that would
fire
be.
me up. I'd be like, yeah,
Right?
we're gonna win. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I'm
I
looking at
think
this
if they
thing
did
right
it in
I
now.
think
Europe, he would
Phil's the
be as
most winningest
fascinated.
Ryder Cup American golfer. He's like 500, but I think he's like played in he's the most winningest and the most losingest. But the most amount of points of an American golfer, Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, I did not know that they had Luke Donald last year. I always thought that it was
Yeah.
just a new captain every year.
Yeah, they like
I
to
mean,
they rally around Luke Donald.
everything you look at is like Tiger should be the next captain.
Which okay, wait, Sam, bouncing a question off you, like if that is the case and like Keegan's not the captain ever again, like don't you think this might have been a wasted opportunity to play in the Ryder Cup?
No,
No? Okay.
no, because I think it would have been impossible to be a playing captain, and he would not have actually been able to be the captain. Part of me too is wondering, like, I kind of wish they would have. I wonder this, like, why do you award Ryder Cup points in 2026 or in 2024 when it's not played till 2025? Like that to me makes no sense because it's on the Ryder Cup team is picked on the 2 year points basis, which like I just don't understand why they do that.
Yeah, that's dumb.
What do you mean? So like what like tell like what's the math? What does make you mad about it? Like what players didn't get in or got in based on their 2024
Well, it doesn't
performance?
matter who got it. Like, it doesn't matter who got in and who didn't. It's just the fact that like you're basing your roster off how guys played the year before, which shouldn't be the case.
Is it not
Like,
both?
what?
Is it not both? Because I thought it was they do their point systems. That's how like Henley and English got on because they did really good to start this season.
Yeah, it is. It's the combined from the 2 years. So what my thought is just like I just don't understand that, and I don't know exactly who made it and who didn't based off of 2024. To me, I don't really understand all that.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, you'd think it'd just be because
A
guys year to
year.
year are a lot different. So, I mean, I would prefer it to be just who's hot this year, who's playing well. Like JJ Spawn, like it's awesome that he made the Ryder Cup team
And he was
because like
good.
yeah, and he was damn good because he's been good all year. So
Who are the six autos? Henley, English, Scheffler,
Spawn,
Spawn,
um,
Bryson wasn't
Shoffley,
because he's a live guy,
Xander
right?
was.
So it's
Xander
Scotty.
and
It was Scotty 1, Spawn 2, Shoffley 3, Henley 4, English 5, DeChambeau 6. And then 7, 8, and 9 were like also the captain's picks, but it was Justin Thomas, Morikawa, Ben Griffin. Um, so Young came.
Morikawa should not have been on that team.
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree,
he
Sam.
played pretty
I'm not a
bad.
Morikawa guy. Not like as a human, just yeah, I don't think he's been playing all that well.
He's soft.
I mean, when you stack up these two teams, and if you watched all the majors this year, big tournaments, A lot of those European names you saw were guys that were just in contention in majors all year, big names, not really any holes on that team. And then you look at the U.S. team, and there's just a lot of guys that
Never
are
played.
kind of
I've never seen him on Sunday in a
they're just
major.
like Morikawa. What did he do this year? Like,
It was all last year.
yeah, exactly. Like, and I know Morikawa is probably one of our best guys. Like, he's probably one of our 12 best golfers, but that's just the state of the U.S. golf scene compared to
Yeah.
Europe. And
I think I think it's because Europe has like 12. Like I don't know. I feel like there wasn't as much speculation on who Europe should take because it's like they know,
Mhm.
like it's like they have like their 12 alphas
It's like
or
pick
out
pick
like
between the Hogard brothers, like which one you want as
yeah.
your last spot.
And
Like
but like that's it. And then you have America. You have like the probably like six that are like for sure locks, and then you have like 25 golfers that you're just like you just gotta like project because there's such fluctuation week to week with some of these guys that like obviously it's like golf, that's what happens. But I just feel like it's like we just don't have the top depth that Europe has, where Europe can bring 12 guys and they're gonna be 12 really good guys no matter what. And you in the US could bring 12 and four of them decided to crap their pants that week, and it's like I don't know. Also, I think Europe plays more like a team. I don't know how much that matters in golf, but their chemistry is it seems like it's a lot better. Like I guess like their post Sunday singles matches from 2 years ago and this year, they just seem like they're like it's not just but in US it feels like it's like 12 golfers they just threw together, but Europe it feels like they're actually like playing for it's like they're like a team almost,
yeah,
and it's like they all want to be there. And I'm not saying the US doesn't, but there's like a sense of camaraderie that Europe has that I think America lacks.
well,
I think
Sam,
the
100%.
continuity definitely helps with that too because
Yes, I think the
you're
main
playing with the
reason is
same guys in every Ryder Cup.
Like, was
So
this not the same Ryder Cup team as the 2025 or
I think it said they
2023?
had one different player.
it was
So
the
11
yeah,
out of
Hogard. The
Was
12.
Hogard
yeah.
twin flipped.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Rasmus and Nicola or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you're used to play the Fleetwood Mac pairing. Like these
such a
guys are
good
used to
pairing.
playing with each other. Like continuity is a massive thing in match play, and we don't have like that's the problem. Is when you have you had what we had like five rookies.
Yeah.
We don't have like a go-to pairing that you're like Europe has all these pairings that like, oh, we're gonna put these guys together for alt shot, and these guys play well together best ball. They were like, oh fuck, we're down a million. Let's put Scotty and Bryson
Scotty
out there and just
Bryson,
hope.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then Rose and Fleetwood literally beat him, and that was
Yeah.
crazy. But Sam, I was thinking like, so remember 4 years ago, was it in Wisconsin? Where was the last
Whistling
one?
Straits.
Is that in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's in Wisconsin. We skull drug Europe. Roy's like crying in the presser, and like it was a huge moment for Europe. It seemed like a turning point for Europe because over the past two Ryder Cups, like they've been very dialed in. Roy promised like this will never happen again, and obviously like they take the team very seriously. Like it's an honor to be on the team. They've got great team chemistry. Hopefully, America uses this as kind of like the rallying call of like, all right, we got drugged on our own home soil. Like first 2 days, like match over. Um, and so hopefully, like this might be a where I don't know somebody like Bryson or Scotty. It'll probably end up being Bryson. Kind of comes out as like Captain America. Like one guy I missed Duska and I like kept arguing that he should be on the squad. It was like I wanted Patrick Reed on the squad. Like I wanted to
Dude,
see it.
why
Like
not?
I was like, why not? Like,
He
are
was
we
playing he
really
was playing
He's
really
been
good
playing
golf.
well on live too.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly? So
And
I
dude,
was
he's got reps too. Like that's a guy you
yes,
want on the squad.
I
That's
was
one of our like it or not, that's one of our big
and
names.
dude, and he was top three in the Masters this year. Like, it's not like he wasn't around. So, like, that's what like we'll see like which guys kind of step up and make it like a thing that Americans want to do. It's like playing the Ryder Cup. Like it's like so. Yeah, I'd like to see
I
kind
hope
of a
Patrick Reed's in Europe in 27
yeah. I
because
don't know if he'll still be good enough, but I hope
that
he is
gets
too.
that's what will get the crowd going. I think
Yes,
that would
dude.
the US team would like rally around that. There's hostile
No,
environment.
dude, if
Like
we could get Jay Reed, Kepka's probably like Sam said, like, but Jay Reed and Spieth would be like just huge boost for America because, like, no matter how good Russell Henley and Harry English play, like, they just don't move the needle unless they're
Yeah.
really good.
absolutely.
Unless they're really good, but they're just rookies who didn't really do much. Which is like, would you rather have them who like their strokes gained is better on the PGA Tour, or would you rather have like P Reed? I mean, P Reed and Jay Spieth.
Well, I think the problem in Rome was that they took all those guys again. Like they were like, oh, we're bringing back the boy because that there's like a big friend group that like Spieth, JT, Ricky, all those guys, and there people were very critical of Zach Johnson for taking all of those guys last time around, and I think that's why there was a little bit of a switch. Granted, like I love Spieth, I don't think he deserved to make the team, so I wonder now if it's going to flip again to where if it's Tiger, which I don't know if it'll be Tiger, but if it is, or if it's Keegan again, and they're like, you know what, Kepka, you're playing just fine enough, you're on the team. P. Reed, you're playing decent, you're on. Like, let's bring the juice. We need a team versus the individual. And I also don't think it's an accident that we dominated match play, the individual match play. Like, I think that our individual performers might be better than them individually. But when it gets to the team playing as a team, I think that's where we lacked. We also had a close call in the President's Cup too, so I don't think this should have been much of a shock. Like, I was not surprised at the outcome of this.
Yeah. Yeah, last Sam, 2020, yeah, 2023, the guys that weren't on the squad this year that were on it in 2023, it was Wyndham Clark, Brian Harmon, Max Homa, and then Brooks Koepka, Jordan Spieth, Ricky Fowler. Like those were the guys we brought to Rome.
Harmon was an automatic qualifier because he
yeah,
won the Open.
well, and dude, no, he was third in points too.
Yeah, because he won the
Harmon played
Open.
good that year.
Wyndham was good that year.
Wyndham
Like,
was good.
yeah, didn't Wyndham?
Harmon played
He
good
was in the
at Harmon
Olympics
played
last
good
year,
at the
right?
actual cup too.
Wyndham was
I
one
think
of the
so.
four that went to the Olympics last year, which is
I
insane.
think so.
Yeah, because Wyndham was because they had another. I think that was also on a rolling. I think Wyndham. We kind of that was a
I
something that
kind of
wasn't.
wanted to see him too. Yeah,
Well, he
again,
was
we
so
have.
bad this year.
I know we have names though. It's like we do have names. Um,
Why
yeah,
does Tom Kim play on the international President's Cup team?
He's from
I thought he was from
not.
America.
He's
no,
from somewhere else, but he lives in Texas.
Okay.
It's the same as
Like
Sepp Straka.
dude, we could use a Tom Kim or a
Yeah,
Sepp Straka.
Straka literally lives in Birmingham, Alabama. He literally used to live in Athens. Bonkers. He has a southern accent, and yet
Yeah.
he's an Austrian fellow.
Sam, anybody got anything before we get out of here?
I think just looking forward to the President's Cup next year, it's like it's no easy task again. And
No,
like
the world's getting good at golf.
That's another issue. I don't think we take the President's Cup serious enough. I think we should be using that as like a huge tune-up for the Ryder
that's
Cup.
an opportunity that we have that Europe doesn't. So
Yeah,
Yes.
to play match plays. Yes, I
yes.
agree. Yeah, but
And like
yeah, just looking.
I will say a lot of the guys that played the President's Cup last year, like they were on this team. I don't know. It's just
Who were some of the
like
guys that like pretty much?
Joffrey, Burns, Scheffler, Henley, Cantlay, and then like Morikawa. And then obviously there's some guys that they didn't make the cut that like are big US names, I'd say, like Finau, Wyndham Clark, Tagala, like guys like that. But those guys wouldn't have moved the needle that much. I don't think any of them have been playing that well this year. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Arj made a good point with like we do have like 25 really good golfers, but like you only need 12. And so like having that 12 set is huge because dude, the names you just it's like Wyndham, like Sahith, Harmon. It's like, oh, these guys are good golfers, but it's like just depends on the year.
yeah.
So
I would have
yeah,
liked to see Harmon at this Ryder Cup too. He didn't play
Oh
bad golf
God.
this year. I thought he played pretty solid. Also biased because he's a dog, but I think he
yeah.
played pretty solid.
Harmon.
He's a very consistent golfer, which I think is what the U.S. lacks at times.
I think
Well,
we better
Harmon was
watch
like
out.
horrible in Rome.
No, he wasn't. He
Pretty
was
sure he
he
was.
no, he wasn't. He won one of the only points for the U.S. on one of the days. He was literally the only guy that came off because he didn't play on the Friday morning pairing, and they played him in the afternoon, and he whooped ass.
Let it be known.
Also, it probably
I-
took like 2 minutes between each practice swing, but he did whoop some ass in Rome.
The last point I want to make before we log off 2026 President's Cup. if Aldrich Potgieter
Oh
makes
yeah,
makes the international squad, we are in deep
fucked.
shit.
We're so fucked.
Yes.
If Fat
My
Eater's
favorite
on that
golfer
team,
on tour.
Stats to back it up real quick. Harmon went 2 of 2 and contributed 2 of the US's points.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I'm looking at it right now. He went 2 and 2, not 2 of 2.
I said okay, but he won 2 of the US's like 4 points.
I can't stand Brian Harmon. But yeah, no, I mean, side note, pretty
good
interesting.
pot gator thing.
Pretty
Dustin.
interesting
Thanks. Just
year
had to
ahead
sneak that in.
for golf. PGA Championship in Aronimink, Tuska, in your backyard.
Newtown, PA. Newtown Square, PA.
And then the US Open will be at Shinnecock, which is a fun
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
So
when?
that'll be a fun.
Do you remember when you and Piper got in like a huge argument whether like the U.S. Open was in Shinnecock or like something feel like you don't remember that? Yeah, it was insane. Perry and our neighbor literally got in like a screaming match about like, and you could have just like looked it up on the internet, but like they were just,
And actually, also, if you watch any golf tournament, they just preview all the majors every time. So probably could have just done that as well.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Should we predict the Masters?
Cam Smith.
Early Masters
Oh
prediction?
my gosh,
Masters
Art,
pick 'em.
stop.
Cam
Jake
Smith.
Knapp.
Cam Smith plus
Oh,
100,000
rip
million.
Jake. Did you see Jake Knapp's girlfriend died?
What?
I'm pretty sure it was an ex-girlfriend and that she committed
Oh.
suicide.
That's
It was like I'm pretty sure they broke up
dude.
like that week, and then she committed. It was bad.
dude.
Oh, that's terrible.
Sorry, I was not aware of the Jake Knapp news before I. One of our buddies loves Jake Knapp, so
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to toss that joke in there. Sorry to bring a somber mood onto the pod. That's
Dang,
I
that's
think
terrible.
yeah, that's horrible news. Hate to hear that.
Sepp Straka Masters.
I always put my faith in Sepp Straka, and he always performs poorly.
I'm gonna go out on
A
a
few
limb.
years
and-
ago, he did good. The last, like this year, he was so like he was horrendous.
Yeah.
Also, the Masters is all like for some reason these Thursdays now the weather's always horrible, and these guys shoot like 15 over because it's raining all day, and then you don't have a chance.
Well, the rain makes Augusta easy.
Yeah,
But it's when it's pouring down rain on your Thursday
yeah.
and
Well, I
like
mean,
the
April,
entire
April in the South.
yeah, and the entire leaderboard is just like +3 or worse. Like
I've got something really cogent for my Masters prediction next year.
Sure.
Scotty.
Yeah, I was about to go out on a limb and predict
Yeah, I
Scotty,
was. Yeah, I
Scotty
don't
to
know.
win the Masters
Yeah,
next year.
that just seems like
I'll take Cam Young.
I like that. He was our best player probably.
He
Right?
finally got off the hump, yeah.
Maybe Fleetwood.
Actually, I'll probably ride Rory again just because he blessed me last year with the outright ticket.
I wonder if he's going to retire soon.
No.
Rory, no,
dude, I just like
his arrogant ass won't retire until he dies. I hate that prick.
Sam, I think you kind of have a point here. I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, I like think he might be like close to done.
Dude, he's so good though. Like
Dude, he's like
literally-
not playing in the FedEx Cup playoffs. Like he doesn't give a fuck.
I think
I
like
think
he
he's
also
just- I think he's
He might
I think
quit
he's just
because a
hunting
fan
majors.
calls him a bad name.
No, he also, dude, he's
Dude, I
major
think, yeah, I think
but his like he's like almost got divorced twice. Like obviously, like dude, golf takes a huge toll on him, and like he's put everything into this game. So like
Yeah, I
he's
think
so
that he
he's
could-
so sick. I love Rory.
I think that he could like stop playing and not retire, but like play enough on like the DP tour to like play in majors. Well, he can play in every major, but
He should just hunt majors. Yeah. I don't
I
hate
think
that.
I would not be surprised if Rory, I think he already might have stepped down from his role.
Of the chairman.
I think Spieth is right now.
Wait,
He
I have a
was.
question. I feel like when you're major hunting though, like you do still have to play a lot of golf to like continue to be like at that level to win majors.
That's
no?
true.
Yeah, to a degree, but I think he'll play on the DP like a decent amount because like he'll want to do like tournaments for his home crowds.
Got you. So play more European
Just chill
stuff.
in
Yeah,
Europe
play a
and
lot
then-
more in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah. And then go to the US and
Does he have a place in? I'm sure he has a place in America.
100%. He has to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Probably has like an apartment somewhere.
Well, all right. Is Art out here?
No, I'm back. So you talking about Rory?
Yeah,
He has a place in Florida.
got you. Place in
Pretty
Florida.
sure it's in Jupiter.
You heard it here from the pod.
Like every other European.
Yeah, literally. We went and Australian. We went 40 minutes, gave you just some ball knowledge on golf. Perry, I wanted to say just a quick shout out. He did play high school golf, very good high school golfer. And he's the only guy on this podcast to shoot under 70. I was at Treesdale Country Club when he shot, was it 68?
68. Yep.
68 at Truesdale Country Club. It was the most magnificent thing I've ever seen to this date. So pretty much us, the three guys, other than
More
Perry,
30 strokes better than my best score ever.
yeah, literally, like we're
I
nowhere.
shot a 99 at Country Hills
Yeah,
once, allegedly.
I've retired from
Probably
like
not
golf
cheating.
5 times the
allegedly
past
with
6 months. So
like a couple breakfast balls, couple 10-foot guineas. Is that
What?
good?
Yeah.
Arch, that's like
maybe
5
we'll
feet.
have
I don't know.
maybe we'll
You
have a
missed, like,
forward
all
pass
of
Forward
those.
pass
in the
golf
future.
outing.
The
Wait
forward pass
for
open.
significant improvements in my golf game coming post football career.
Yeah,
Stamped.
I like that. That's good.
Stamped.
One more thing before we get out of here. This is one of my favorite Archer moments. Is like when there's like a 4.5 footer left for his like double, and he's like, "Is that good?" And you're just like, "Arch, you've missed every single putt from 4.5 feet. Like, how could I give you that? Like in good faith. Like, how could I give you that?" And that's just one of my favorites. But
He would have made that
Oh,
probably though.
speaking of putting, have you guys ever heard of the pop stroke courses?
I can't putt, so
The Tiger Woods mini golf?
will it help my putting?
No. Have you ever seen them, like the Tiger Woods mini golf courses?
No.
They're sick. Like look it up. They're like these like actual, it's not like dumb mini golf holes. You have to like put in a fucking tube. It's like real like putting. And they just opened one in Austin like 2 weeks ago. It's got this like 36 hole putt thing. It's really cool. Beach volleyball and pickleball courts. And like in the middle is like a full bar restaurant.
Where do they have one of these things? Are they in Pennsylvania?
No, they have them in like Myrtle, Florida, now Austin.
All the tourist spots.
I went to a bar in
Corporate.
Erie this summer with a mini golf course attached to it. That is whoever came up with that. First one I've been to, whoever came up with that idea.
Brilliant.
Fantastic work by them. It was so fun. Just a little nice little buzz going while you're playing some mini golf.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
we have I did the par 3 in Austin that has a bar at it. That was sweet.
Oh, that's probably fun too.
Yeah,
I
they
feel like
have,
I would
like-
play really well if I played a par 3 at a
Their
bar.
like whole business model is it's 9 hole par 3, but it takes like fucking forever because like there's people on it, but it's fun because the clubhouse like right in the middle. So no matter what hole you're on, you can just walk back. It's
Smart.
pretty cool. And I went on Thursday when I took off. I hope no one at work's listening to this. And and yeah, we went. It was a good time. It was really fun. It's like $10. And the last hole, it's actually sick. On number 9, there's like a QR code and you can scan it and bet however much money you want to get a hole in one. And it's like plus 3,000. So if you bet $5, you win like 1,500.
Sick.
Arch will tell you
They
about
probably rake in cash from that.
the inverted parabola of like level of buzz, and then no, it's level of buzz and then like golf game, and it's like once you get here, it's so good, and then once it goes here, it's so
Holes-
bad.
And actually, it goes like this though.
Yeah,
Holes
it's actually
12
not a
through 14,
parabola.
I was actually playing really good golf. When I
Yeah.
overdrove the green and stuff like that, that was nails.
Yeah, super
And then-
nails, and then like from
and-
15 in, it was like
For some
oh,
reason,
yeah.
it all went downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Someone roofied my drink.
So it was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Somebody
Right.
dude, getting overserved on the course is never a bad thing.
Good work, guys. That was good.
All right.
Good
Yeah.
golf content.
Yeah, great golf content.
Absolutely.
We can
All right,
start
I gotta
podcasting
go.
about anything and everything.
Literally.
True. All right. I'll see you, fellas.
Arch, end the
All
pod.
right.
Give us like a
Yeah. Okay. Comment your favorite golf moment from the last 5 years in majors. If you were staying to this point. And yeah, it was awesome to talk another sport that we hadn't really ever talked about. If y'all enjoy this and want more, just let us know, and we will do this for next year. So you gotta wait a few months for the next major, but we'll do it then. So
oh yeah.
Back to regularly scheduled football programming next week.
yeah.
Don't worry.
Good luck this weekend, Charlie and Duska.
Thank you. Go
And
Phoenix.
Go Phoenix. Go Phillies.
Go Hawks.
Oh, you do
Go
play
Hawks.
the winner. You do play the winner of Dodgers.
Yeah, I saw
Rays.
that. I so they don't
Yeah.
reseed, to clarify from last pod.
Sorry for if you got to the end of last pod and now the end of this pod. There is no reseeding in baseball. We did not mean to mislead you guys.
Yeah, that's why the Braves got bounced the 2 years against the Phillies because there's no reseeding. But I digress.
Got their asses kicked.
Hey, our manager quit today, which is good.
He quit or got
No more
fired?
Snitker era?
No, he retired. They were never going to fire him. He's too much of a Braves legend. If they would have fired him, they should have fired him this year. When he was sitting there in the clubhouse, the dugout, looking like Buster.
Yeah, like Bobby Cox.
Yeah. But,
All
right,
right,
fellas, I
dude.
gotta
We
get
have to
out of here.
I have to force you guys off, or else we'll just never leave the pod.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
See you
See you,
guys.
fellas.
fellas.